This is the last match before the final. Noodle went on to the final, I guess, playing against Melon Soda, so it's going to be either Hepps versus Noodle in the final, or iBall versus Noodle in the final, and we're about to find out. No more need for any rambling, let's just, I guess, count down. So, 3, 2, 1, Tetris! Okay, Hepps with a kind of... Oh, there we go, look at that, perfectly resolved the slightly kind of troubling parity there. Both players with slightly kind of tricky starts, shall we say. Oh, especially iBall. Really, oh, and that line, of course it comes a piece too early, but there's another one, there we go, so you can start burning this down. Got a line dependency on the left, but, you know, it's early days yet, and we're pretty low. Lower than the next box, totally fine. Hepps gets what I assume is another Tetris going on that score. Hey, every month's CTM Masters is unbelievably amazing. I can't believe how far Tetris has come in the last few years. Okay, Hepps shaking his head at introducing a line dependency in column number 4, but he is ahead. I mean, well, it's maybe a little early to start saying things like that. Look at that, nice Tetris to burn the stack down. There you go, Hepps is down at the bottom. iBall's blocked us off as well, but reopens it, and there's the line, and there's the Tetris. So Hepps, Tetris ready at the moment at 102,000, iBall at 63,000. So a couple of Tetrises behind, but there's one of them. Hey, thanks for the tip, Mr. Brain. I will do that. Okay, Hepps is pretty high up, playing with fire there, but that's no problem for him. And there we go, Tetris. And ready for another as well. Now, if I'm not mistaken, Hepps is a DAS player, I want to say. Now, I should probably confirm these things before starting the stream, but it makes it more fun to guess, right? Yeah, Hepps is a DAS player, so, I mean, you know. I shouldn't be rooting for people, but I kind of am. I mean, he's British, he's a DAS player, he's kind of ticking all the boxes for me. Oh, nice little last second adjustment there to use that line piece more efficiently. Now, iBall building high, building clean. Just burn takes a safety. Was that a double or a triple? Must be a triple, right? And there we go. Gets back-to-back Tetrises for iBall, and has pretty much evened out the score. 231,000 for iBall, 248,000 for Hepps. The Hepps Tetrising right back. And, oh, iBall not looking quite as clean, but resolves it very nicely. Just looking for that L, there it is. And yeah, wouldn't have seen any trouble there at all. Like, I mean, you know, if I'd have looked away for just a second, would have completely missed it. Yeah, nice to see kind of good solid starts from both players. No issues. You know, realizing how terrible the setup is now. No line counter, no level counter. Oh man. Really balls that one up. Next time. So I'll tell you what, after this match we'll get the line count back in. I don't want to do it in the middle of a match and miss what's going on. Hepps with a little bit of burning to do. In fact, of course, I can just tell you what their line counts are. Hepps now, they're basically the same. About 95 lines, 91 lines, or 95 now for iBall. Okay, last second adjustment. Didn't want to get dependent from iBall, but now having to burn a few lines. But he is ahead. 400,000 for iBall, 369,000 for Hepps. And you can't see it, but he's got that max out as a top score, just flexing. Okay, another Tetris for iBall. Brings it to 445,000. Really nice pace, in fact, from iBall. 46,000 through 109 lines. Just waiting for that line. Having to take a few safety burns. Hepps still kind of burning out. Oh, gets the perfect square piece. Now just needs an L or a J. And with that, Z is now Tetris ready again, and there's a line. So Hepps very near transition now, 5 lines away, 424,000. iBall at 495,000 and 9 lines away. Okay, iBall playing super high up and kind of manages to, yeah, just about get away with what could have been a pretty dangerous situation. But oh no, hangs that J. It's going to transition with that really messy looking board. Needs a line immediately, and it's not happening. Tops out of 524,000. Hepps has transitioned meanwhile, but is not quite there yet. Needs to get 525,000. So I guess one more Tetris will do it now. Oh, but then introduces a line dependency in column 8, I want to say. Yeah. Burns it wider. No problem, just needs a line now. Of course the game's not going to give it to him. Takes a safety triple. Another safety single, just skimming. Professional, there we go, gets the Tetris. Takes the round. I'll say the round, takes the match. Match round, I can never remember which way which things are, but either way, let's give him that heart. Let's not dilly-dally, as we say over here. Let's count it down. 3, 2, 1, Tetris. Okay, I did it blind. It's so close. Let's just, yeah, there we go. That's oh, there's the level, but so why don't we just do this real quick? Let's just get this over here, nice, and over here. Let's just drag that over there. There we go. Look at this. Right, both players starting off nice and clean. Looking at very even scores, almost identical. Another Tetris for Hepps there though. Gets him 1 ahead. Nice little last second adjustment with that L as well to accommodate that Z. Kind of getting a little bit of a kind of spire growing on Hepps' side, but just making, you know, professional moves here, professional Tetris moves to stop anything too bad happening. Oh, it's starting to get a little bit kind of, oh, just the worst piece at the worst time. And Hepps is forced to burn a bit more, but iBall's looking good, 122,000 now, essentially a Tetris ahead. And Hepps just waiting for that line piece. And yeah, taking a safety double there. And having to sort of build a hole into his stack, but immediately burns it off. Just really nice kind of board management from Hepps with some not so great pieces, and yeah, shaking his head was, you know, especially as a DAS player, this is not what you want. You kind of, you know, there's only so high you can stack. I mean, at 18, not really that big a difference to be honest, especially if you're, you know, looking against tapping rather than rolling, but yeah, you want the pieces to get a good game. That's everyone, you know, you want to see those high scoring games. I said maybe it'll just come down to survival at 19 though. Post-transition survival. If iBall pushes too hard again, then Hepps might just be able to out-survive them. I love that suggestion. Boxes for temperature and humidity. I'll tell you what temperature is it here? Oh, here in London, in South London, We've got a temperature of 6 degrees outside. Obviously not in the house. It's probably about 20 in the house. And it wouldn't be a British stream without weather updates, right? Yeah, both players looking good, but iBall with a nice healthy lead, 338,000 to 241,000 on Hepps' side. Kind of a bit over the halfway point to transition. Hepps is now clean and scoring regularly. Oh, just a misadjustment with that line from Hepps. It's just not what he wanted. And then the square comes at a terrible time. And yeah, just waiting for that L now. Of course it's not going to come. Or the square, of course. Burns off those two of the square. Perfect. And the J gets him Tetris ready again. So, but he doesn't want to be making mistakes when he's already behind. 100,000 points behind now. The British aren't coming, Kingsman. We're already here. Okay, a little bit of a junk starting to happen on iBall's side, but burns away fine, and a square kind of lets him even things up. Could do with an L, there you go, places it to left, gets the line. Tetris for iBall, 421,000. It's 1,000 over, you know, the funny number. Never mind. And yeah, Hepps is catching up a little bit. It was about a 100,000 point deficit, but that has shrunk now to what is essentially a kind of 60 to 80,000 point deficit. Yeah, oh god, people talking about Fahrenheit in chat. Like, oh, come on, man. Get with it, America. No one uses Fahrenheit. I mean, even we gave it up, and you know, oh dear. Okay, so iBall probably looking for a J there, or could I? Yeah, going for the spin, gets the S spin. Hepps Tetris ready. We're getting pretty close to transition. 10 lines away. 3 balls, 3 lines for iBall. 3 balls for I-line. 2 lines away now for both players. iBall has a good sort of 60,000 point lead, but Hepps has a very clean stack. Good transitions of both players. iBall pretty high, but gets... Oh, look at that. Just a stream of line pieces, and he is ready for every single one. A whole series of Tetrises gets him to that 600,000 mark. And yeah, Hepps has some catching up to do, but it could, like I said before, this could come down to survival. We just don't know at this point. It's certainly a strong start from iBall. Oh no! And that misshift from Hepps. That's gonna be tricky. Yeah, he's giving up. That is not... It's not how you want to go out, but it happens. So iBall kind of gifted him the first game, and Hepps gifts iBall the second. Let's give him that heart. 3, 2, 1, Tetris. Kind of looks like iBall's dabbing every now and again. I don't know if that's just like maybe just shaking things out. I don't know. I'm not up with the kids these days. Oh, nice tuck setup there from iBall for the double J. I got some people cheering in chat. Some smooth moves at the start. Okay, Hepps' board is pretty flat, which can spell trouble, but he gets some good pieces to restore that slope. You always want that sloping build as a DAS player, especially. You know, you always want to be able to burn if you can, and you can't always count on getting those pieces to the left. kind of Z-Spire starting to build for Hepps. Yeah, not the... Oh, there we go. Nice flat line burn there from Hepps. Elevated flat line burn. Got it. The flat line burn is kind of one of my favorite moves. Like, it's just so satisfying. You know, the piece that would normally kind of... You'd always put it vertically, get out Tetris, and just to see it kind of burn away perfectly in a flat line. I don't know, there's something very satisfying about that. Yeah, iBall is off to a good start. He's ahead. 192,000 to 107,000. Nice slope and build from iBall. But Hepps' build looking nice and clean now. Oh, my cat's here sniffing around the microphone. Yeah, no, don't do that. Oh, and she's off. The Tetris has spooked her. Okay, oh no, iBall set up a nice kind of line T-spin there, but it came just one piece too late after they had to fill it in already. So yeah, quick score update, 225,000 for Hepps, 286,000 for iBall. iBall pulling ahead of that Tetris. Or pulling ahead more, I should say. I gave the cat a pat for everyone, don't worry. Oh, congrats for your first time. Wait, is that like your first time playing Tetris ever? I mean, nah. Like, or your first competitive match, or the first time in a while? But ooh, Hepps a little bit high up, kind of getting the pieces he needs. Interesting to go for that burn there. Just more important to get the stack back to a healthy state than it is to, you know, get to Tetris readiness. Oh, and iBall's made a few mistakes as well. Got that kind of square spire going. Get some nice pieces to burn it away, but it's going to lose a little bit of pace. Both players now Tetris ready and clean again. And iBall gets it first though. 478,000. Another great pace from iBall. Still, you know, 27 lines away from transition. Oh, nice little square tuck setup there as well. Hepps, meanwhile, 416,000. Line count's about the same, so kind of a 83,000 point or so deficit. Although, actually, no, iBall's ahead of it in lines, so, you know, maybe only kind of like a free Tetris deficit, maybe 3.5. Ah. And yeah, Hepps shaking his head at the RNG, just giving that line piece one piece too late, as it always does. Oh no, I guess we've run out of music. Let's just start it again. Oh no, my music player has crashed. What do you know? Oh, we can restart that. There we go. I should play one of the other albums, really. Like, this is not appropriate. Just real amateur hour going on here from me. Oh, nice kind of moves there from Hep. Getting out of a situation that could have gone bad. He's one line away from transition, so yeah, that was absolutely needed. And he managed it, and iBall's also transitioned, and board actually in a pretty good state. Look at that, perfect pieces to clean away and then get the Tetris. 630,000 for iBall, that is a very high transition. 508,000 for Hepps, so still a respectable transition there. Oh, and Hepps is playing hard, and is rewarded with that Tetris, but that could have gone wrong. Oh, kind of a misflip of that J, but it kind of works out. Maybe it was actually a high IQ move that, you know, just I missed. And yeah, not trying to count on the kind of LJ twin kind of piece there from Hepps, just going for the safer move. And yeah, restoring that slope to his stack, absolutely necessary for survival at 19 with Das play. iBall, though, looking clean and just not slowing down. 743,000 with that Tetris from iBall. Hepps is kind of gonna want just not the best RNG for Hepps here. Gonna want iBall to top out ideally. But there is no danger of that. Last second adjustment there from iBall to make better use of that piece, and Tetris there brings him to 801,000 at level 23. Again, what a pace. Yeah, and I'm not afraid to say it. And another Tetris. But Hepps no slouch, 638,000, but that is an almost 200,000 point deficit now. It's going to be hard to overcome. Oh, but that said, iBall getting some troublesome pieces there. But as soon as I say it, he's burnt out. Like, not troublesome at all, not troublesome for him. And another Tetris brings him to 870,000. I mean, a respectable score, just full stop. But he's not stopping there. 901,000 at level 25 in Challenger Circuit. Who'd have thought? Who'd have thought? Just on a tear at the moment. Some aggressive play there from iBall, but it pays off again. Another Tetris, 936,000 points. And I think as Hepps is playing a great game, 712,000 points, playing aggressive, playing hard. This is a Das player, remember, and look at these moves. Oh, but that misshift is going to spell trouble for Hepps, and yeah, that is going to be it. 718,000 points for Hepps, and iBall maxes out, just a casual max out at level 27. Level 26, actually. I misspeak. And I'm guessing he's going to choose to play this out. It's got to surely be PB territory now. If the pieces are not gonna let him get it though. And there we go, tops out. But a max out for iBall, 718,000 for Hepps. We're going to give iBall his heart. What a game! 3, 2, 1, Tetris. Okay, so Hepps needs this one to stay in it. And it's pretty hard to judge how it was. Now iBall just needs to win one more and has the advantage. So he can kind of afford to play more aggressively if they want. Whereas, you know, as soon as you top out, like, that's it. So Hepps doesn't really have that same luxury. Needs to kind of figure out the right combination. Well, not combination, the kind of just the right amount of aggression to stay competitive but stay alive. You know, got to kind of guarantee the staying in it. Interesting, doesn't take the line burn there, wants to burn it off from the top. But yeah, iBall's in a real state at the moment though. Needs an L, kind of desperately, or a line, and it turns it into a line dependency, and then the line comes a piece too late. And yeah, this is looking kind of tricky for iBall. Should be able to get out of it. Oh, and gets the perfect L there though. And yeah, look at that. Look at Das just blessing, not Das, R&D, just blessing iBall there. Giving him all the pieces that he needs to burn out of this. I mean, not out of trouble yet, but it is looking pretty good. But Hepps is taking advantage of that. With that Tetris, Hepps now at 84,000. iBall still in a burn at 30,000 points. Okay, Hepps waiting for a J now probably, or I guess an S or a Z or whatever, whichever way around that is, I don't know. An S or the other S. But yeah, Hepps, really nice start actually, 157,000 points. And iBall playing catch up with 66,000 points, and ahead in lines as well. Spent a lot of time around the top. Oh, and I gotta admit, I didn't really see that coming either. Probably expected that L not to, or that J rather, not to, no it wasn't L, not to hang in that way, and it kind of introduced a hole into their stack. that they're now paying for. Just going to have to burn it out. Takes a single and a double and is now clean again. Now waiting for an L or a line, or 2 lines. Is Tetris ready now? Yeah, ready to start scoring, but has an over 100,000 point deficit and is slightly ahead in lines. So 75,000 points for iBall, 229,000 points for Hepps. A nice strong early lead from Hepps, but oh, just getting square bursted. Oh, nice pieces there though. Look at that. That sequence of pieces for Hepps. Just all of the pieces exactly when he needed them. It does occasionally happen. And I think he deserves it at this point, having suffered some pretty poor RNG for the last couple of games. Hey T-Storm. Good to see you. Yeah, both players just looking nice and clean now. No drama. Just good, clean Tetris. Oh no. iBall kind of went to adjust that T. And yeah, I think I can see what they're going for, but just not in time. And it's just giving themselves lines to burn. Making some nice burns, but it's going to be a while before that's clean and they're ready to Tetris again. And meanwhile, Hepps is not slowing down. 356,000 points for Hepps, 212,000 points for iBall. And iBall's 10 lines ahead. That last Tetris brings Hepps to 379, 380,000. And another one, 403,000. Quite a nice pace from Hepps here. Looking at certainly a solid 500k transition. Ooh, nice square adjustment there to accommodate that J as well. And yeah, iBall just kind of can't seem to get out of trouble, but does manage to open up there well, and it's got a couple of holes on rows 2 and 3. Yeah, there we go. Tetris ready, 2 off the bottom. Gets the line. But yeah, just their board not looking good, and they're 2 lines away from transition. They're really going to want to kind of clean that up. Oh, they're building aggressive. 2 off the bottom. 2 lines away from transition. Gets the Tetris though, and it works out. And yeah, look at that. Perfect pieces to burn back down to the bottom. At transition, 315,000 points for iBall, but it's a very low transition. They're going to have to hope that Hepps doesn't just carry on. Hepps 1 line away from transition. Tetris is into it. 504,000 point transition. So it did kind of slow down a little bit there, but Hepps probably knows that they can play it a little bit safe with that good, almost 200,000 point buffer. Really just needs to play good, solid Tetris. There we go, yeah. Not doing the aggressive move of that line piece. Keeping it safe. And same with that, what was that? An L. Just waiting for the line to come at the right time, and there it is. Bang, Tetris for Hepps. 569,000 points. iBall at 400,000 points. And playing aggressive, trying to catch up. And oh, that is very aggressive. They really need that J right now, and it's not coming. Oh, iBall is in trouble. Oh, and hangs that line piece, and that is going to be it. 404,000 points for iBall. Valiant effort, just it was not working out there. Was playing about as aggressive as they probably needed to play, to be honest. So with that, Hepps brings it back even, and we have a decider. So we'll count it down. 3, 2, 1, Tetris. It's a strong legacy. People will remember you when you're gone. Okay, another Tetris there for Hepps. Nice start. iBall building high. And yeah, both players even. Hepps setting up for that spin, hits it. Okay, Hepps in, it's not trouble, but it's going to need a, look at that, that's going to need a few very specific pieces, gets all of them. Love to see it, and there's the Tetris. 82,000 points for Hepps, iBall 97,000 points, so iBall actually has just a slight lead, and that Tetris extends it a little bit. Oh, but nowhere to put that damn square. Oh, nice series of tucks there from iBall. Love to see it. Seeing a lot of last second adjustments from iBall. There have been a couple of times where it has not worked out, but on the whole, is letting them kind of make some last second decisions that have really helped his stack, actually. And that's not a luxury you always have with DAS, for sure. Right, you can make some adjustments, but you've really always got to keep having that DAS charge in mind. And so it's quite a wonder that, you know, DAS can remain competitive even at this level. So yeah, both players clean. Tetris to Hepps brings the scores even again. 223,000 for Hepps, 221,000 for iBall. And oh, iBall has a not much of a situation going, I guess, actually. Burns out of it quite nicely. And yeah, could do with, like, say, oh yeah, that J will do it. Another one would be great. Oh, just, yeah, not getting the most ideal pieces is iBall right now. Hits that spin, but has a gnarly looking line dependency in column 3, high up. Oh, finally gets that line at the right time, burns it down, and another one to fill in that dependency, and it's almost as if it didn't even happen. 254,000 points for iBall, 295,000 points for Hepps. Hepps just with a 40,000 point lead or so. So that's kind of, you know, Tetris and a half, nothing to sniff at. Lots of fans of the letter I in chat. It's a pretty solid letter. Like, one of the better vowels. For sure. A really solid play from both players now. They both mean business, and iBall has really kind of... Oh, okay, he's ahead in lines. I keep thinking like he's, you know, starting to draw level, but you know, he's making up some of that deficit. 370,000 points through 90 lines for Hepps, 354,000 points through 96 lines for iBall. So about a 40,000 point lead for Hepps. So yeah, iBall's done a good job of catching up, and of course this is when it counts because it's the decider. So whoever wins this goes on to the final, facing Noodle, the Challengers final. And presumably the last Challengers of the year as well. So, you know, last Challengers for 2021. The year of our Lord, Luigi, 2021. Oh, Hepps missing a chance for that Corian adjustment there. Are Luigi memes like not in vogue anymore? Thanks, Pumpy Heart, for kind of making sure that the stuff that needs to happen in chat is happening. Okay, iBall, yeah, kind of, it's not a situation, there you go, gets the pieces that, not where you want to be just before transition, but he manages to make it work. And yeah, Hepps in a similar kind of not amazing transition state, but is getting some nice pieces to get out of it. Builds a line dependency on the right, gonna want that line. Or J, oof, this is looking tough. It's moments like this is kind of, you're almost holding your breath in anticipation. So yeah, Hepps kind of stuck in a bit of a burn, but doing really well at getting out of it. And finally, yes, getting some good pieces. Almost out of it. And there we go, reopens their Tetris well. In a kind of much safer looking position. Hepps at 542,000 points, but iBall took that opportunity to carry on scoring and get ahead, and is at 642,000 points. So from what was previously a good, you know, what was it, like 60,000? Oh no, but iBall tops out. Harry was saying about how great he's doing, and he's topped out at 642,000 points. So 643 is what you need, Hepps. It's a Chasedown again. Is survival going to be what does it? And yeah, Hepps making a few... Oof. A quick tap over to the left. Just about made it. There's one Tetris. Needs what now? A Tetris and a half to take the match. Really has a lot of time to do this. Doesn't need to go for Tetrises, but maybe that's just how they roll. Yeah, burning it back down again, getting it to a safe position to kind of make this Chasedown. I mean, that would be a real shame to lose at this point. Oof, some not great pieces there, and still, it could still go either way. Okay, Hepps burning it down again. 635,000 points now, less than 10,000 points away. And there we go, they're clean. And there we go, that last line, I think that did it. Yep, 642, 420. They take the game and they take the match. Hepps is the winner and goes on to the final for Challenger Circuit CTM. What do you look at that? GG's to both players, and especially congratulations to Hepps. It was really looking like a, you know, there might... Well, it's looking like it could go either way for sure. And that, was it the second or third game from iBall with the max out? Just a heck of a game. There we go, look at that. And the crowd cheers Hepps on. Hepps is the winner. GG's to Hepps. Oh, and the glasses, look at this. It's T2 Judgment Day. We're bringing it home. Hepps is bringing it home, everybody. Hepps goes on to the final to face Noodle.
Hey everybody, this is your old pal Vandweller, host of Classic Tetris Monthly. If you like this video, hit thumbs up. If you want to see more videos like it, please subscribe and bang that notification bell. And follow us on Twitch at twitch.tv/monthlytetris. Thank you, and have a nice day.